I've got the time to show my love and what it's all about.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are throwing it back a bit and doing a chatty get ready with me video. I have not filmed one of these since maybe July, maybe June. I know it was before results day because I remember talking about results day in the video, so basically it was quite a while ago, but I feel like I haven't given you a little life update in a long time, so that is what I'm going to be doing today. And obviously you guys have a lot of questions about my life at university and other things, so that's the plan for today. I was supposed to be going on a night out tonight, and the get ready with me was supposed to be for a night out. However, I'm not going to that anymore, so it is currently 3 PM on a Wednesday and I'm going nowhere, but I am going to do a full face of makeup. Okay, now getting into the makeup, I'm just going to crack straight on because we have a lot to get through today, and I thought first thing I'd talk about is where I am at the moment, like what's happening with uni, what stage of the year am I in. And I'm filming this on Thursday, this is going up on Saturday, and once it goes up on Saturday I actually have one proper week left of uni before I go back for Christmas break. So if you're not sure how the uni year is structured, I have basically had a full term since I started on the 21st of September, I think it was, and that has been one semester. The year is broken up into 3 semesters and they're pretty long semesters. I have been at university for about 3, when it comes to next week, I think I'll be at university for 1, 2, nearly 3 months straight, and we don't get a half term. At sixth form, when you're doing your A-levels, lower down in school, you have a half term. So while all my friends and like my brother and sister had an October half term, we didn't even have a reading week at university. So it has literally been so non-stop since I got here. I haven't had a break at all, so I'm really looking forward to Christmas. But it's actually mad how fast the year's not over yet, but how fast the semester has gone. It barely feels like I've started and now I'm already going home. However, I think it will be weird to go home because I'm so used to my life now at university. I'm so used to the independence that even when I went home at the weekend, because I went home not this weekend but the weekend before that, it was so weird being cooked for again and having people do things that you don't have to do yourself, if that makes sense. That makes me sound so spoiled, but just my mum cooking a meal instead of me cooking the meal was weird. But yeah, I am excited to go back at Christmas, but it's also that time of the year at university where there's literally deadlines for all of your modules. So I have had a deadline at the end of November that was 40% of one of my modules. That was an essay, which actually wasn't that bad at all because, as you guys know, I'm very much used to doing essay subjects. I did history and English literature at A-levels, so essays don't really faze me. So that was fine. The only thing at university with essays is the referencing and all of the sort of things to avoid plagiarism that you have to do. Like, you don't have to really do anything like that at A-level. Obviously for history coursework and English coursework, I had to footnote things, I had to do bibliographies, but nothing to the scale that you have to do at university. It's actually mad how easy it is to plagiarise, and they take sort of accidentally plagiarising as seriously as if you actually plagiarise. This is making me sound like I've plagiarised an essay. I really haven't. My point of this whole tangent was that referencing at university is mad and it's one of the hardest parts of the essay. But what was I actually talking about? Oh yeah, deadline. So I had an essay deadline for one of those modules, and then on Tuesday of this week I had my group project for starting your own business. That was due, so that is finally finished now. That was a hefty module and that was a group project like no other group project I have ever done before for various reasons. It was a big learning curve. I think all of us learned a lot from that. But yeah, I'm so happy with how that one actually turned out. I feel like we really did a good job by the end of it. So, and I think that was 50% of one of my modules, and then I have a reflective journal for that module too, which we've been working on gradually since the start of the year, and my final entry for that is due next Sunday, no, this Sunday, so then that module is going to be completely finished. And then what else do I have to do? Oh yeah, so I have for organisational behaviour, oh I don't have any wipes left. So for organisational behaviour I have a group essay, which I think personally is pretty pointless, because the criteria for this essay is it's got to sound like one person's written it, which doesn't make sense to me, because then I'm like, why don't you just get one person to write it instead of getting 4 people to write it? Like, why can't we just do an individual essay? But I suppose it is organisational behaviour, so it's all about teamwork and stuff. But that is technically due next week, I think, so I need to get cracking on that, because I've sort of assigned myself the role of editing that essay, so I need to edit together everyone's parts so it sounds like one essay, and then write the introduction and conclusion. So basically it's a busy time at the moment. However, I do actually feel surprisingly chill about everything. I feel fairly on top of everything, like I've written my part, that group project's now done, so busy time but also not a busy time, I guess. I don't know, this week has been quite chill in comparison to other weeks. I'm not sure if any of you watched my weekly vlog that I uploaded a few weeks ago, but those 2 weeks surrounding that period were just completely non-stop. I had house viewings, I had interviews, I had training for my student ambassador stuff, deadlines due, loads of work to do, and I feel like it's sort of for some reason calmed down now, especially because this weekend I'm actually going to be at university for once. I don't think I've been at university for at least the last 4 weekends, and it really throws off my routine, because like I said in my Q&A about university, I like to get a head start on the week's work at the weekend and sort out what I'm doing for the week, and not being here really throws that off. So for example, at the end of October I went to Oxford to see Eve, and I don't know, you've probably seen their vlogs, but we all went to an Oxford formal there, which was so much fun, so different to Leeds. Like, it was actually crazy to properly go to Oxford, especially when at one point I was considering applying to Oxbridge myself. It was crazy to go and see the life I almost could have been living, obviously if I would have gotten in, that is, but you know what I mean. It was quite weird, and it was so different to Leeds, like in a good way. Like, it looks like a wonderful university, but oh my god, the life that they live there is so different to the life that I live here, and I think I'm just so much better suited to the life here, if that makes sense. But yeah, I was in Oxford that weekend, and then I can't remember if it was exactly the weekend afterwards, but it might have been. I then went to Liverpool for the weekend because it was my friend Rashin's birthday, and she goes to university there, and that was actually such a good weekend. That's the first time that I've ever been to Liverpool, and I absolutely loved it there. I thought the city was gorgeous. It was a really good night out. We went to Bar, which we actually have a bar in Nottingham, and I don't really rate it at all, but the one in Liverpool was actually really good, even though it was very expensive there for drinks, and my bank account was not a massive fan. But yeah, that was such a good night out. And then the weekend after that, I went to London on the Friday. I then came back up. I went to London for a Tala event, which was so much fun actually. I get invited to quite a few events, but I normally don't go to most of them because London is just such a trek from Leeds, and it's so expensive. I think it cost me about £70 to get down there, even with a rail card, so it's quite expensive, and it's quite a long round trip to do it all in one day, so I don't do it often. But as you guys know, I'm a massive fan of Grace Beverley. I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her business sort of like mind. I'm obsessed with her life. Basically, I'm just a bit of a Grace Beverley wannabe. And when I got invited to the Tala event, I was like, oh my god, I am going to this. I don't care if I have to miss an accounting lecture. I don't care if it takes me like 2.5 hours to get down there. Like, I really want to go to this because I actually own so much of their stuff. Like, as you guys probably know, I wear my Tala leggings all the time. I have several Tala tops. I have the full neon set. Like, I'm a big fan. So I went down to her launch event for that with Liv, which was actually such a nice evening. And then the weekend after that, I went to visit my family. So I went to Worksop first, where my grandparents live, and then I went back to Nottingham and I saw Amaya, I saw Lizzie. So that was such a fun weekend actually, and it made me actually kind of miss home. Like, I feel like when I'm here I'm so busy that I don't really think about it, but when I came back it was so nice just to see everyone and obviously see my family and chill with them. And I really needed that weekend just to relax. Like, I don't think I've had a good night's sleep until I went back home and realised actually I'm sleeping quite badly at uni, just because I feel like my body clock has just gone out the window. I feel like because of nights out and just various things, I just don't sleep normally anymore, which is so bad. I am literally like a permanently exhausted pigeon, or whatever that phrase is. Now I'm at uni, but no, that was nice. It was a really nice weekend. However, I do actually have exams coming up in January. Literally feels like I've just done my A-level exams and now they're like, here's another set of exams on subjects that you've been studying for 2 months. So in January, straight away when I come back actually, oh yeah, I don't think I ever explained how Christmas break works. So basically I have 4 weeks off for Christmas, which is basically compensation for the fact that I didn't have an October half term, because October half term is 2 weeks now I think, and we didn't have one, so we have 4 weeks off at Christmas. So basically you have super long terms, but then you also have super long breaks in between. So I have 4 weeks off then, and then as soon as I come back basically in January I have exams. So I don't have exams in all of my subjects, I just have exams in accounting and then economics for some reason, because some of my modules are purely essay based. So my discovery module, which is now business and society, is purely essay based, so that will be just an essay that's due in February I think. I need to do that over Christmas too. However, accounting finishes in January. Hallelujah. As you know, I absolutely despise accounting. It has been the bane of my life since I came to university, so I am so glad that that's finally finishing in January. However, that is if I pass the exam, which is the big question here, because am I going to pass the exam? Probably not at this rate. And I know people are like, oh, you're always saying that, and like then you do really well, but I actually am just rubbish at accounting. My brain just doesn't process it, and it doesn't, I don't know. Basically, I just need to do a lot of revision over that over Christmas, and hopefully my dad can help me with that as well, because he studied accountancy, so definitely going to be milking him for some revision advice. But yeah, I have accounting and economics. Economics I think will probably be fine. I find it fairly simple, fairly easy to get my head around, so that should be okay. But I need to do my mascara now, but I'm going to do it off camera, because as you know, I am rubbish at doing this on camera, so off camera it is. I am back now, and now I have some eyelashes, so that's great. But I can't remember what I was on about now. Was I on about, oh yeah, I think I was on about exams in January. So revision is probably going to be a large part of my Christmas plans, which is really exciting. We always love that. But apart from that, I am really excited for Christmas. We're going away again this year. We're going to Madeira on holiday with my family, so that should be really nice. I'm excited for some warm weather because Jesus Christ, Leeds is so cold. I swear it's so much colder than Nottingham is, and I think my grandma did try and explain this to me. It is something about weather patterns that means Leeds is basically permanently cold. But I can't remember what it is now, but I am very much over the bitter cold at the moment. It is not my forte. I don't know how to dress for it, so I'm looking forward to some nice warm weather. But yeah, apart from that, I don't really have many plans yet for Christmas. I'm excited obviously to see everyone, because everyone's going to be back in Nottingham, I think anyway. I'm not quite sure, but obviously Maddie's still going to be in Nottingham. Rasheen's probably going to be coming back. Amaya goes to university in Nottingham, so she's obviously going to be there. So yeah, I'm excited to see everyone and have a Nottingham night out, because I'm not gonna lie, I have low-key missed Rock City. But yeah, apart from that, what else is going on in my life? I'm forgetting everything that's happening. Oh yeah, I got a lot of questions about housing actually, and in my latest, I think it was my, yeah, it was my weekly vlog that I did. Obviously I spoke about housing in that video because me and Megan were actually going to some viewings for some properties, and thank you so much to everyone that gave me advice in the comment section of that video. It was so useful to hear about your experiences or advice that you had or just what you'd been told, so thank you so much for that. Our situation has slightly changed now in that I don't think we're looking for twos anymore. We're looking as a bigger group of people now, but it's all very much up in the air at the moment. We haven't come to a decision or anything like that, and kind of stressing me out, but also trying not to stress, because obviously so many of you said, and so many people that I've spoken to have said, oh, you don't need to worry about doing it before Christmas, but still, you know me, I just hate having things not finalised and not organised. So I think we're actually coming towards the end of the makeup now. I was going to answer questions that I had on Instagram. What I've spoken about so far is just things that I thought people would find interesting, and obviously I like to make these videos into a bit of a life update, but if there are burning questions that you want me to answer, then I might film a Q&A very soon about university or just about life, or I don't know, let me know what you want to hear, because I did ask for questions and I do appreciate that I haven't answered many of those questions now, although I hope some of what I've talked about does answer your questions. But yeah, make sure to follow my Instagram, because if I do a Q&A soon, I will put a little question thing up asking for them on there, so that is where you can go and ask. But apart from that, I'm just going to put this on quickly because I've made the mistake of trying to speak and trying to put lip gloss on at the same time before, and it doesn't work. I'm not sure why I'm spraying my face, because I'm literally not going anywhere now, but that is the finished makeup now. My makeup to go absolutely nowhere in, because I'm not actually going out tonight anymore. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to give it a like, subscribe and follow my social media, which will be linked down below in the description. Bye guys!